Hi, I'm Jeff Ward, AMG instructor team member. We've transferred the load to our anchor after catching the fall, and now we're going to go out and prep the lip and haul them out. Before I go out to the lip, I need to make sure that my anchor is solid. If I have 100% confidence in the anchor that I've placed, I can start moving towards the edge of the crevasse. If I have any questions, I'm going to back that anchor up with either another picket or my ice axe or a hammer, some other form of an anchor to make sure I'm 100% sure, because all my eggs are going to be in this basket right now. Once I've deemed the anchor solid, I'm going to stick a friction hitch on this rope. This is the back side of that knot that I transferred to originally. And this is going to be my belay line to get out to the edge, and will also be used as the rescue line. Likely the original line that caught the fall is going to be dug deeply into the lip and probably frozen and stuck there for a while. Right now it's just going to be my security as I go out to the edge. Make sure I have a good friction hitch there, and then I can start dropping some of these coils to give myself enough rope to get out to the edge. I want to take my ice axe or any other gear I have out there and slowly walk out to the edge. That looks solid, that crevasse there, so I'm going to keep going. So it's really important that I try and get voice contact with the person in the hole as quickly as possible. If they are knocked unconscious, needing medical attention, I need to get down there ASAP. If I can get voice contact and start talking with them, then that's gonna help me decide how quickly I need to move. Also, if I can talk with John down there, he can let me know how overhanging the lip is. The last thing I want to do is walk out to the edge of the crevasse and collapse something big on top of him. So if I can't get voice contact, or we can't figure out where is a good place to approach, I'm going to come off to the side here, so if something does collapse, it's not going to, or it's less likely to fall on John's head. So as I get closer, I'm going to be probing. If I have a probe, that would be great. A ski pole, that might give me a little more information. If all I have is an ice axe, might feel that out just with the ice axe. Eventually I'll get a view here. If it's really overhanging, I might have to sit down and start knocking that edge off so I can get back to the solid wall. Ideally, when I haul John out of the crevasse, I want a nice rounded edge, and I can do all that prep here. The hardest part about hauling people out is often the transition from the vertical haul over to the horizontal. And the smoother we can make that transition, the easier it'll be. So this is a bit of work, but it's going to make that transition a lot easier. Take a look at the handiwork. That's looking pretty good. So after I've changed the angle of the lip, I'm going to want to pad the top of this angle change from flat over to the vertical. This will help make it so the rope doesn't dig in and help minimize some of the friction. So I have my ice axe right here. I'm going to use that. I'm going to put it right at this angle change here. And we need to be careful that the rope isn't running over anything sharp. So in this scenario here, I'm putting the adze on the uphill side. If this thing starts to slide, it's likely to go that way. We definitely don't want this loaded rope touching anything too sharp. And then the other thing I want to do is make sure my ice axe doesn't go in the hole, especially with John coming up right below. So I can add a friction hitch onto this line. This one's fixed and is not going to be moving. And this just has to hold enough weight to keep the ice axe in place. I can just clove that on the ice axe. And eventually this rope is going to be loaded and we'll get a little bit of stretch. So we'll try and put that uphill there. My lip is fully prepped now, and now I'm gonna start hauling John out of the crevasse. So if I start dumping my coils right now, I'm only on a friction hitch. So ideally, if I'm really close to the edge, before I drop these coils, I would want to put some sort of blocking knot in here. And so that makes it, if that friction hitch slips, I'm not going in the hole. Looks like John's in there pretty deep. We'll just take all the rope here. So we're gonna drop John a loop. I'll put a locking carabiner on here and feed this down. Now John is not fall line from us, so we're probably gonna have to do a little bit of swinging. Hey John, grab onto this when you can. Yeah, nice. All right, clip that into your belay loop and lock it. Okay, looks good. And now this is the line I'm hauling on. Make sure there's no twists in there. That looks good. And now I can move back away from the edge and build my haul system.